Story time. Gareth and the Dragon's Tear. Gareth was a boy who loved old stories. He was 11 years old. He lived in a small village near a big castle. The castle was called Stoneguard. Gareth's father was a farmer. Gareth helped his father in the fields. But every day, after his work, Gareth went to the village square. Old Master Ilera, the village storyteller, sat there. He told stories about brave knights, magic, and mighty dragons. Gareth's favorite stories were about dragons. He imagined them flying high, breathing fire. He wanted to be a knight, brave and strong. One sunny morning, Gareth was helping his father. Suddenly, the ground began to shake. A loud, deep roar filled the air. It was a sound Gareth knew from stories, but never heard in real life. It was a dragon. People ran from their houses. They looked up at the sky. A huge, dark shape flew above them. It had big wings and scales that shone like metal. It was a dragon, truly real. It flew towards the castle. The villagers were scared. They knew dragons sometimes stole things, especially shiny things. The dragon circled the castle once, twice. Then, it landed on the tallest tower. It was a black dragon, its eyes glowing like red coals. It let out another mighty roar. From the castle, Gareth saw small figures, the king's guards, running on the walls. They were ready to fight. But the dragon was too big, too strong. It just stood there, looking. Then, it did something strange. It opened its mouth, but no fire came out. Instead, a soft, high sound, like a cry, came from its throat. And then, a single, clear, glowing tear fell from its eye. The tear fell from the tower and landed in the village square, near the big oak tree. After that, the dragon took off, flying away quickly, disappearing into the clouds. Everyone was quiet. What was that tear? Master Ilera, who was old and wise, slowly walked to the village square. He found the tear. It was a small, round stone, shining with a soft, warm light. It looked like a crystal, but it was smooth and felt warm. "This," Master Ilera said, his voice low, "is a dragon's tear. It holds great power, but its meaning depends on the dragon's heart." This dragon was not angry. It was sad. The next day, a royal decree came from the castle. The king wanted the tear. He thought it was a magical treasure. He sent his best knight, Sir Kale, to find it. Sir Kale was tall and strong, with shining armor. He came to the village. Master Ilera gave him the tear. But Sir Kale was rough. He did not understand the tear's soft light. The tear's glow became weaker in his hand. He took it to the castle. Gareth felt uneasy. He had seen the dragon's sad eyes. He felt the tear was not a treasure to be kept in a castle. It was something special, something different. That night, Gareth could not sleep. He thought about the dragon. Why was it sad? Why did it drop a tear? He remembered an old story Master Ilera told. Sometimes, a dragon's greatest strength is its heart, not its fire. The next morning, Gareth made a decision. He would go to the castle. He would ask about the tear. He walked to the big gates. The guards stopped him. No commoners allowed. One guard said, but Gareth was brave. "I saw the dragon," he said. "I saw its tear fall. I think it is important." The guard laughed. "A boy knows more than the king." But then, a royal guard, a kind man named Captain Thorn, came out. He knew Gareth's father. "What is it, boy?" he asked. Gareth explained what he felt about the dragon's sadness. Captain Thorn listened. He was a good man, not just a fighter. He took Gareth inside the castle. Inside, the castle was busy. The king's advisors were looking at the tear. It was on a table, in a fancy box. But its light was very dim now, almost gone. The king was worried. It has no power. He said, "This is not a treasure." Gareth stepped forward. "Your Majesty," he said, "I think the dragon was not here to take something. I think it left something. Something important, but not a treasure for you." The king looked at Gareth, surprised. "And what would that be, boy?" "I think the dragon was sad," Gareth explained. "Perhaps it lost something, or someone. Its tear is a sign of its sorrow." The king and his advisors looked at each other. They had never thought of a dragon feeling sad. Captain Thorn, who had heard Gareth's idea before, spoke up. "Perhaps the boy is right, Your Majesty. This tear's light is fading. Maybe it needs to be returned to its owner." The king thought for a long time. Then he said, "How can we find the dragon? It flew far away." Gareth remembered another story. "Master Ilarid told me that dragons sometimes live in the Whispering Mountains, far to the east. There is a legend of a hidden cave, full of glowing crystals, where they go when they are sad." The king was unsure. "A dangerous journey for a boy." "I can go," Gareth said, his voice firm. "I feel this is important." The king, seeing Gareth's bravery and wisdom, agreed. "Captain Thorn, go with him. Take some men. But be careful. Dragons are dangerous." So, the next morning, Gareth, Captain Thorn, and 2 other guards started their journey to the Whispering Mountains. Gareth carried the dragon's tear carefully in a small, soft pouch around his neck. The tear's light, still dim, seemed to warm his chest. The journey was long and hard. They walked through dense forests and over rocky hills. They saw wild animals. Captain Thorn taught Gareth how to follow tracks and how to be quiet. After 3 days, they reached the Whispering Mountains. The air became colder. The trees were tall and dark. There was a strange quietness, only the sound of the wind. Gareth looked for signs, anything that Master Ilarid talked about. He saw a path, very old and overgrown, that led upwards. "This way." He pointed. They followed the path. High on a mountain, they found a small, hidden cave. It was dark inside. Gareth felt the tear warming more now, glowing a little brighter. "I think this is it," he whispered. They entered the cave. Inside, it was beautiful. The walls were covered with glowing crystals of all colors: blue, green, purple. They hummed softly, filling the cave with gentle light and sound. In the center of the cave, a huge, black shape lay on the ground. It was the dragon. It was sleeping, but its breath was slow and sad. Gareth slowly walked closer. Captain Thorn and the guards stayed back, their hands on their swords, ready. But Gareth was not scared. He felt the tear in his pouch glowing strongly now. He took it out. It shone with a brilliant, steady blue light, full of comfort and hope. The dragon's eyes slowly opened. They were still sad, but now they held a flicker of surprise. Gareth held out the tear. "I brought this back to you," he said softly. "It is yours." The dragon looked at the tear, then at Gareth. It moved its head slowly, and a soft sigh escaped its snout. It gently lowered its head towards Gareth's outstretched hand. Gareth carefully placed the glowing tear on the ground in front of the dragon. As the tear touched the cave floor, its light pulsed, then expanded, surrounding the dragon in a warm, blue glow. The dragon seemed to take a deep breath. Its sad eyes began to clear. It let out a soft sound, like a purr, but much deeper. Then, something amazing happened. From the dragon's side, a very small, baby dragon, no bigger than a horse, slowly moved. It was also black, but its scales were dull and it looked weak. It made a weak, high sound. Gareth understood. The tear wasn't about the dragon losing something. It was about the baby dragon being sick, or perhaps just born and weak. The tear was a sign of the mother's sorrow, her fear for her child. The glowing tear was healing the baby. Its scales began to shine, and it moved more strongly. The mother dragon, now much calmer, looked at Gareth with gratitude in its big red eyes. It nudged the baby dragon gently. The baby dragon made a soft sound and slowly, carefully, moved closer to Gareth. It touched his hand with its warm snout. Captain Thorn and the guards were amazed. They had never seen a dragon act like this. Gareth stayed with the dragons for a while, just watching. The baby dragon grew stronger with each moment. The mother dragon's sadness was gone. When it was time to leave, the mother dragon gave Gareth a gentle nudge with its nose, a sign of thanks. Gareth bowed. "May your child be strong and happy," he said. He looked at Captain Thorn. "The king will understand now." The tear was not a treasure. It was a mother's love. They traveled back to the castle. It was a quicker journey now, for their hearts were light. When they told the king the story, he was very surprised. He understood that not all power is about gold or fighting. Some power is about kindness and understanding. The king decreed that no one would hunt dragons near the Whispering Mountains again. He also made Gareth an honorary member of the royal guard, not a knight yet, but a special advisor for wisdom. Gareth still helped his father, but sometimes Captain Thorn visited him. They talked about the mountains and the dragon. Gareth knew he had done something truly important. He had helped a dragon, not with his sword, but with understanding. And every night, when he looked at the stars, he remembered the glowing crystals of the dragon's cave and the powerful, gentle heart of a mother dragon. He knew that the world was full of secrets, and some of the best ones were found not by fighting, but by listening to a sad, powerful cry. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you soon with more new stories.